The 60 Best Movies of All Time. Here are the best movies of all time, as evaluated by Screen Rant. Covering Guillermo del Toro's Pan's Labyrinth to Alfred Hitchcock's classic thriller Rear Window, with cartoon rats, gangsters, and superheroes in between. It's the perfect list for emerging cinephiles or checking off essential watches. Deciding the best movies ever takes a balance of objective and subjective preference, which can differ for industry professionals and general viewers. Something as important as the greatest movies of all time requires some advanced thinking beyond the opinion of a single writer. With that in mind, Screen Rant's ranking collates critical scores and the opinions of movie lovers to compile the definitive list of the most highly rated movies of all time. An incredibly important moment in the history of the United States of America. The Grapes of Wrath began life in 1939 as John Steinbeck's Pulitzer Prize-winning novel. A year later, legend of cinema John Ford took the reins of an adaptation that stars Henry Fonda as Tom Joad, a recently released prisoner who leads his family across the states to California after the Great Depression robs them of their farm and livelihood. One of the greatest realist movies ever made, Ford's take on the novel is a haunting look at a dark time in the country's early history, buoyed by excellent performances, particularly from Fonda, and one of the earliest examples of Hollywood giving its platform to the voice of the working class. It's hard to define The Devil Wears Prada, as it seems, at times, to have the energy of a great rom-com. But romance is far from the central plot of this iconic 2000s film. Instead, the movie looks at the fashion industry, at ambitious women and the sacrifices that they make to be successful, and at female friendships, even if they do not start out as friendships at all. It's a movie that defies easy categorization because it refused to play by the rules of drama, with a style and brightness more fitting a comedy, but is too sincere to truly be considered a comedy. Instead, it stands entirely on its own, and is stunning for knowing exactly what it is, and refusing to apologize for it. Miranda would be proud. The Devil Wears Prada has also had an impressively lasting impact on pop culture. It was nominated for 2 Oscars, parodied by The Simpsons and The Office, and even referenced in politics, when Senator Amy Klobuchar was compared to Miranda Priestly while she was seeking the Democratic presidential nomination. It has become entrenched in the pop culture language of memes and GIFs, and has become the defining portrayal of over-demanding bosses and of overworked assistants. And now, almost 2 decades after the original release, a sequel has been announced as on the way. Whether it can find the same success of the original, of course, is yet to be seen. After convincing the world's children that their toys were alive, and painting imaginative worlds for insects, cars, the monsters under their beds, fish, and superheroes, Pixar took their boldest step by telling the story of a gourmet rat. As perverse as the idea might have appeared, Ratatouille, directed by Brad Bird and Jan Pinkava, is a gentle meditation on following dreams and the wholesome pursuit of art. Patton Oswalt is the rat, Remy, who commandeers the career of aspiring chef Alfredo Linguini, Lou Romano, to explore his passion. It's a joyous, heart-filled, and personal comedy drama that deserves to rank alongside Pixar's best, with an infamous reflection on the nature of criticism as a great stinger. The 2013 biographical drama is based on the 1853 memoir by Solomon Northup, a free black man kidnapped and sold into slavery in 1941. Northup is forced to work on Louisiana plantations with varying cruelties for 12 years before being released. The Steve McQueen-directed drama 12 Years, A Slave isn't easy to watch, but it's an important and crucial piece of filmmaking that tells the honest, painful stories that need to be told. It's an upsetting portrait of the lows of humanity and a deeply emotional exploration of what it means to live, which is enhanced by the brilliant performances of Chiwetel Ejiofor and Lupita Nyong'o in her Oscar-winning feature film debut. 12 Years a Slave is also a triumph in cinema for its cinematography, moving score, and McQueen's direction.